right, we're live.
Hello. This is Dick, and you are listening to Popcorn on the Macabre. And here with me, of course, is the Chad.
Hello, ladies.
And the Rock.
Hello.
And we're just going to talk some more horror shit. And we're going to watch Creepshow 2.
Oh, yeah.
How does that sound?
Delicious.
Nice.
Any fond memories of this as a kid, you two?
There's fond memories of this from like last year.
2 days ago?
Yeah. I've watched this one religiously, just like the first one. I've watched the first one quite a bit too, but
I watched the first one a lot more, but this one's a nice break. When I don't want to wear the first one out, it's like, okay, well, I got a backup here. So
right, yeah.
Any stories on this that should have been on the first one, or do they compete?
No, I think it's. I personally, I think both of them, story wise, are perfect for each movie.
Yeah, and this one had fewer stories in it, but I don't think that really detracted from the whole viewing experience. I did like, it almost seems like I saw the second one before I saw the first one, if memory serves me correctly. Like, I remember enjoying the first one because it had more stories, and I was like, oh shit, because I remember thinking there was just going to be 3 of them, like this one. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I love the first one just because it was like, I guess it was longer, but a lot of the same talent was involved in both of these movies. But we were just talking about how shitty Creepshow 3 was. And
terrible.
The fact how nobody that was involved with the first 2 Creepshow films were involved with the third one. But these first 2, yeah, they're...
Do you own the third one?
I did, but then I sold it.
Oh, wow. That says a lot about it.
I may have fucking burned it. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, we're about to strap in and watch some Creepshow 2. And
who were the writers?
The writer for this one, I believe, was George Romero. George Romero actually wrote this one, whereas the first one was written by Stephen King.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'm about to just take some shots of whiskey and.
There you go. Press play. We're on.
And press play.
I'm about to enjoy this shit. So this is actually we're watching an older. Let's see. I thought this might have been Anchor Bay, but no, this is like Image Entertainment. It's a pretty bare bones Blu-ray edition of Creepshow 2. So the only thing we're seeing right now on the setup menu is the play feature option and the scene selection. So, but for those that are listening, we are hitting the play feature button right now.
What about the... Well, we're back.
Yeah, there we go.
Uh-oh. Cut out again.
Oh, no.
No.
Do you see it on the meter?
Yeah, we're still live on the meter.
Oh, okay. We're here.
Trippy.
No movie, though. Sound, anyways.
Well, this may not have any audio right here.
True.
There's some.
Do you hear the movie?
Very low.
Very low. What about the soundtrack? Anything to say about it?
I'm hearing the movie.
I'm not sure about the soundtrack on this one. I mean, it's good, but I don't recall.
This actually has a really good score. It was done by, I want to say, John Harrison. Yeah. And he did the soundtrack for the first one too. But they're completely 2 different soundtracks, man.
Yeah. The first one's very minimal. Like one synthesizer and a piano, or like no percussion at all, pretty much.
Yeah. But catchy as hell.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have to say you turned me on to these anthologies.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I don't think I've seen Creepshow 1 until up to last year.
That is just a fucking sin.
And hey,
God, that is crazy.
And then I ended up with a shirt with Stephen King on it.
Yeah. It was
meteor shit.
It was it was the Jordy Verrill shirt. Yeah. And this is actually, I don't know if you guys know this, that's Tom Savini as the creep. Do you guys know that?
Yeah.
I think this actually looks familiar. I might have seen this.
I know you have. If you haven't, I'm going to be very upset.
Well, this is popping. I mean,
I love how it goes animated here too. I remember thinking this whole sequence like was just great, and how this movie just kicked off with a bang. You know, it didn't have this major wraparound segment like the first one had, but it has these cool little cartoon interludes. You know that, and you get to follow Billy around, and I'm assuming this is the same Billy from the first movie. I'm not sure.
That's him from the first movie. There.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from the first one. That was actually Stephen King's son too, which is Joe Hill. Well, it used to be Joe King. I think he was credited as Joe King in the first one, but he is now the famous author Joe Hill. George Kennedy. A lot of good people in this one.
Yeah, I was about to say, what about star power?
This one actually has a lot of star power. I would say probably not as big as the original one, because the original one, you're talking like Ted Danson, Leslie Nielsen, Adrienne Barbeau, Hal Holbrook, Stephen King is actually in this one too.
I was about to say, I saw that. Is he a memorable character, or
he has a cameo?
Oh man, I want to see more meteor shit.
Yep. You wanted a follow-up story with Jordy Verrill, didn't you?
Yeah, well, Stephen King's acting was just so.
It actually was great. Stephen King's acting was pretty on point, man. For him not being an actor,
Howard Berger from K&B also did some effects on this.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And those guys have been around since, I guess Tom Savini started them, didn't he? I think he kind of got them into the biz, right?
I think they started even before that.
Oh shit!
But they're like Nicotero's big break. I remember
like
for sure was
Day
like
of the Dead.
Day of the Dead.
Okay,
yeah.
Rick Wakeman. Now, additional music by Rick Wakeman. Rick Wakeman, did he do the score for the Burning?
Yes, he did.
Nice. Okay. Cool. And see, this music right here, I believe, is John Harrison. And there you go, screenplay by George Romero. Now, he didn't write the first one; he just directed it. But these stories came from Stephen King's like short story collections of I can't remember what book they pulled these from, but shit, he's got.
I'm really digging the music.
Oh, the music's great. It draws you in. Like, I used to just sit around and smoke weed and listen to these soundtracks.
I miss this animation.
Oh yeah, this kind of animation is kind of gone by the wayside, man. Now this shit would all be like CGI. But who does the voice of the creep? Do you know, Rocky?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
I'll have to look that shit up. Old Chief Woodenhead, though, man. This was a good story.
Where do you rank it on
From
part two of all the part two?
From like best to worst?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'd have to say, I don't know if I like this one better than The Raft. I'd have to say The Raft is probably my favorite. But, and as much as, I guess probably the scariest one is the third one with the hitchhiker.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah.
The Raft is, I mean, that's the one, though.
It
You
is.
can't beat that.
No,
you will remember that forever.
Right.
Yeah. But this, I don't know, man. I'm going to have to say that this is probably the weakest out of all the stories. But
How many are we looking at?
there's only 3 in this one.
Only 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not as epic as the first one as far as length goes. I mean, the first one had, you're talking 5 stories. And I remember the crate.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Remember the crate from the first
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Like,
For sure.
it just felt like it went on and on and on. Like it could have been its own movie.
Yeah. And I would have been fine with that.
Yeah. The crate was, badass, man. And actually, somebody just recently died Who was that died? Fritz Weaver just died. And I believe he was, God, he had to have been in his 90s, but he was in The Crate. He just died recently.
Now, who's this guy right here?
This is George Kennedy. He was in The Naked Gun.
Okay.
Yeah. He's been in some other stuff
been
too.
in that old that ghost ship movie.
Yes. Oh, one of my favorite horror films ever.
man.
Death Ship.
Death Ship.
I love Death Ship. We should have watched that one.
Do you have that?
I have it.
Oh my god.
Yes, I do have that
That's it. That is it.
one. Dude, Death Ship.
You win.
Man. We're going to have to just stop Creepshow 2 right now and watch Death Ship.
Well, no, you can't. You can't start one with me and then.
Yeah. Might as well just keep going here. But.
Granted, it's fine. I mean, honestly.
And George Kennedy was also, okay, not only was he in Death Ship, but he was also in, oh man, what is I'm going to have to look it up. It was a slasher film, and it was, I don't know why I'm having a THC moment here.
I know. I was about to say that,
But
Matt
George-
Penfield is falling off. Over
I know. Well, it could be the whiskey. But see, George Kennedy. I'm having to look at IMDb here because my brain is just failing me.
Now, is he? Man, he kind of looks like Meteor shit, just a little bit older.
Are you saying his face looks like Meteor shit? Or are you saying that he looks like an older version of Stephen King?
Both?
You know what? I forgot George Kennedy was in Cool Hand Luke. That is his claim to fame right there. And man, I'm trying to figure out this slasher film. And Rocky, I know you've seen it. If you haven't, I'm going to be very upset.
Now, what are they talking about here? What's going on right here? What's the deal with the statue?
Idea what's going on.
Well, it's basically like they're going through harsh economic times. They're in this dying city or this town, and he doesn't want to leave. He wants to keep the store open, but
Right.
His wife is smart enough to know that in this, this horrible economy that they're not going to be able to sustain, the business.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's just bartering
Right.
instead
Yeah.
of like taking money because the town's like broke.
yeah,
And she's like, we can't make it like this. I mean, it takes money to keep the place open. He's like,
he's got too big a heart.
Yeah.
He's big.
I'm just trying to be cool, man.
Yeah, yeah. He's got too big a heart.
Spells big heart.
And that's his downfall. That's actually, there was, the thing I like about the Creepshow movies is that they always had like, much like the EC horror comics, they were always like moralistic tales.
Right on.
Like something always happened like to the bad characters, and the people with good hearts always got their retribution. Just Before Dawn was the name of the movie.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
Yeah. George Kennedy was in that too. And yeah, Death Ship, man. We're going to have to stop this one and watch it right now.
I haven't seen that. Seriously, I was probably like 8
Yeah.
years old when I seen that.
Didn't it scare the shit out of you though? Like,
It was really scary.
Death
Yeah.
Ship is like one of the most disturbing films I've ever seen.
So it holds up now.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I
That's
watched-
hard to do.
I watched it 2 years ago, and I was super high when I watched it though, so I was extra like vulnerable, and I just remember like being curled up in a blanket in the wintertime. I was on vacation. I was watching Death Ship, and man, that movie like really affected me, dude. I
Wow.
was like, I was still like, because I guess it had been years since I'd seen it. Like, I think the last time I saw it was like on VHS when I was young, and then, like it. I think Scorpion Entertainment put out a Blu-ray of it, and I watched it and like on HD, and it still like shook me to the core, man.
It's good to hear some of those old goodies still are,
Holding
like
up.
just as good.
Yeah,
Like when you watch them now, The Burning still holds up, and
yeah,
some of the old favorites are like, wow, you can watch them right now, and it's good to go.
yeah. Well, it takes you back to your childhood fears.
Yeah.
This one's just fucking funny.
What? Him?
This dude's hilarious.
Benjamin White Moon. Now, just this whole movie, like the Creepshow movies always had a sense of humor, but they never really were, I guess, terrifying. But I will say that, like, when I was young, the hitchhiker story kind of fucked me up, you know, just because of the relentless
That's
attitude
the darkest
of it.
one.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it has that, it goes out of this kind of happy, scary place, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of turns into that, like, all right, we're going to get serious for this last one.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess that's why they made
There's
it.
nothing really funny about that one.
No.
Not really.
No, not at all. No sense of humor with that one at all. And I guess that's why they made it the third one. You know, they saved the best for last because, you know, this first one it's pretty serious in its tone, but it's still kind of fun and comic book like. The second one is a teenage story, so it's kind of like you're going along with the kids and you're having fun and you're laughing with them, and it's fun. But then the third one is just relentless, man. It never lets go, and you're just like, fuck, is this dude ever going to quit?
And the raft is like all daylight.
Yeah.
It's like one whole day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And half of this one is all during the day. It's like
You're
you
right.
don't even, it doesn't even, you know, go dark, you know, till
I think
it's almost over.
Yeah, there's brief nighttime segments, but you're right, though. The majority of the story is during the day.
Man, he looks so sad.
Talking about old Ben White Moon here?
Both of them, man.
Just their faces, or yeah.
Look at that,
Well, they're
man.
going through hard times.
Look
I mean,
at that. I feel for that guy.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Mac, I ain't got nothing else.
His wife's been giving him crap this whole time.
I was
Now-
just- yeah.
now she's trying to be cool. It's like
Yeah.
she kind of sees his point. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
They're cool people, man.
Yeah. I always loved the relationship between these two guys, man.
Yep.
Like, there's something about,
I wish I had one of those jackets.
yeah. I wish I had some overalls like that. Yeah, she does kind of start coming around, though, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Like, she's kind of an
Yeah.
asshole at first,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. He's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now you're going to take my side on this.
Yeah.
You've been on my butt all day.
See, there he goes. He's
Well,
like,
they're in public. That's what it is. Man.
and I believe this is the first time you see a little bit of life out of Chief Woodenhead. If you look carefully, oh, he just moved. Fuck, that's creepy.
Benjamin's like, oh, snap.
Yeah. And what's crazy, man, you know, the way movies were filmed back then, too, like, they always did these nice close-up shots to really, like, elicit a response from the audience. Like, they would show you, like, close-ups of characters' reactions and, you know, just to convey the fear. And I don't feel like a lot of horror movies do that now. I feel like there's too many, like hyperkinetic camera moves that, you know, just like frenetic shit. They don't even give you time to soak in the story or really, or, you know, really like get into the whole mood of it.
It's almost like he's wearing overalls over overalls. But I know one of them's an apron.
Overall, over coveralls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got that apron on. Yeah,
I mean, yeah. I mean,
he is decked out, man. And I think, right here, this is when old Sam Whitemoon comes in.
oh, look at the red lighting.
Like, oh yeah, this has got some sick lighting. This,
Oh, so this dude's in the first one.
yeah, you mean the first
story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There goes Don Harvey from, I believe he was in Die Hard 2. And I don't know if the guy who plays Sam Whitemoon has been in anything else, but
Wait.
he stole the fucking show in this
What,
one.
the guy with the shotgun?
Yeah.
Is that not Sebastian Bach?
Oh, nice.
Wait. I guess not.
Fat stuff.
No, and that's the guy from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, you talking about fucking? No, it looks like a cross between Chris Farley and Bobby Moynihan. You're right.
The guy that's in the dorm room with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're talking about Horatio Sands. Oh shit! Look how Sam is stroking his shotgun there, dude. It's so sensual.
I like the lighting on his face. It really like makes him look mean.
Yeah. This hair is gonna get me paid and laid.
Yeah, look at him. It's a ratio sandstone.
Yeah. Dude, this dude is evil, man. Seeing these motherfuckers in HD, this is a whole new viewing experience for me, by the way. Like, probably the last time I saw... Well, I guess I watched the DVD of this, but nothing really
So you haven't watched the Blu-ray?
No. I think I just bought the Blu-ray recently, and now I got to buy the Arrow edition of it because I can't stop.
Because you need special features?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This one's so bare bones, man. It's just an insult to the fans. Diet Pepsi, that's right. Oh, shit. I remember feeling so bad for George Kennedy here. Yeah, man. You know what? I'm about to look up this guy that played Sam Whitemoon to see if his career, like, catapulted or skyrocketed in any way. I would have to say probably not. But, I mean, look at that dude's face. Like, he would have played, like, a good villain in something else.
Oh, wow. Listen to that music. I can hear a little music.
I wonder if that's the Rick Wakeman music or the John Harrison music.
Man. Poor guy. Oh.
They did all that character development. Now you're like, hey, man, just leave these people alone. They're cool,
Exactly.
man.
Yeah. Dude, character development is so important for movies because if you don't have it, you're not going to empathize with anybody in the fucking story.
It's like, all right, kill him. Cool.
It's like, yeah, like Creepshow 3, I didn't give a fuck about any of those characters. I was just like, I didn't even know what was going on half the time. Yeah. Man. So Rocky, did you see this one first or did you see
I saw the first one first.
Okay. I believe I think I saw part 2 first. So
I actually remember images from this. The whole wooden Indian.
I think you just have a crush on Sam Whitemoon.
No.
Okay, so Sam Whitemoon was played by Holt McCallany. And okay, shit, he was in Alien 3. Apparently he's been in like 78 projects. Okay, he's in the new Jack Reacher movie. Isn't that crazy? He was in Black Hat. I've never seen this dude in any other movie ever. Of course, I probably don't recognize him because his fucking hair is probably gone. I mean, he did get scalped at the end of this one.
So yeah, his hair is gone.
Yeah, his hair's gone. If you didn't know, movies are real.
Yeah. They're real to me. Okay, he was in Fight Club. Wow. He was in The Peacemaker with George Clooney and Nicole Kidman. He was in Jade. Okay, this dude is a lot more prolific than what I thought.
Well, look at his pearly whites, man. He'd have to. I mean,
yeah. But Creepshow 2 was his first film.
so it pretty much pole vaulted him.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like he said. As soon as they see this hair, they're going to say, Sam, get over here. See, the thing I liked about, probably not so much in this one, but I remember in the first one, Creepshow had really awesome lighting. Do you remember the
Oh yeah,
the red and blue crash lighting that sort of paid homage to Argento and
That's what I'm liking right here.
the red lighting? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like every time something bad is gonna happen, there's red light.
yeah, it was good, man. And I remember, I guess it had something to do with, I mean, Romero and Argento were good buddies, you know, and I'm pretty sure that George Romero probably, you know, got some influence from Dario Argento from like Suspiria, from, you know, because Suspiria was all red and blue crash lighting and.
And how can, you know, they make it look as comic book as possible on those certain spots?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. It did have that comic book look the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't remember this one ever really doing that. Do you? Like where it would kind of freeze frame with the whole comic book panel look and it'd have that crazy
This
little...
one might have some in it. I mean, besides just the red we see now.
Yeah. We'll have to look close for it because it seemed like the first one did it all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Like if somebody had like a terrified reaction on their face, they would have this over-the-top comic book pattern in the background.
Yeah, every segment of the first one had it.
Yeah.
And the light, they would have different light too.
Yeah.
That kind of went with the theme, what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who's the henchman? His other henchman that just walked out.
That's
Actor-wise, is he?
That is, you talking about the striped shirt?
Yeah, not the fat guy, but the other one
Rich boy.
with the. I don't know if he had a cowboy. Yeah, he had a cowboy hat on.
Yeah. His name's Kavanaugh. I think his character's name is Kavanaugh, but they call him Rich Boy. And that was the Don Harvey guy I was talking about from. I think he was in Die Hard too.
Oh, okay.
But he's been in some other shit too. Though.
No.
Yep.
Just
Whoops.
Yeah, he's acting like it was an accident or something.
Like she just took a point blank round.
Yeah, and see now he's like, fuck it. Since I shot her, I'm gonna have to do this guy in too.
Oh.
And I hate this part, man. George Kennedy dies like a fucking champ. I mean, man, this
Face
is
plant.
Yeah. Is that how champs die? A little bit of a shake and boom.
yeah.
At least he had something soft to fall on.
Yeah. They both did. They both landed on the rice, wherever the hell that is.
Man, that was so tragic.
Yeah, it's a very sad scene. Pull it together, fat stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say, can you give me comment or can you voice some lines for me?
Well, now you've seen it, fat stuff, and now you're gonna forget it. Because we're going to Hollywood, man. There ain't no dust in Hollywood, man. That's about all I got right now.
Yeah, this segment is just taking a turn for the worse for the
Yeah,
rest of this one.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the old couple to die, man. No.
You can't.
And there you have it.
Yeah.
No. Well, there's no return for these guys.
No. Now, from this point, it's all in the hands of Chief Woodenhead.
Well, I was about to say, do you think Woodenhead wanted that mane? Is that why they scalped him? Does he put it on himself at the end?
Totally, yeah. He knew that that fucking hair was
On point?
Sam's claim to fame. Yeah, it's on point. Look at it.
Sebastian Bach.
That was great.
I know. I wonder if they used like his hairdresser for this movie.
Yeah, that's possible.
Senseless waste of ammo.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a reason, but
Oh, he's just tired of being in that small shit town.
He's going to Hollywood.
Yeah, in that fucking Firebird. It's gonna take him to Hollywood, USA. Dude, I'm all about some Sam Whitemoon, man. He's an underrated character.
well, he kills old people.
You love to hate him. You love to hate him. That's for sure.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. That's what makes a good villain.
Yeah.
Like you just hate the shit out of
This
him.
whole part was his character development to make you just like, come on, Woodenhead, you got this.
Yeah,
Get this dude
Yeah.
out.
yeah. And I remember these effects right here like blew me away when I was a kid. Like I thought this was cutting edge shit.
Looks good.
Yeah, I mean even to this day it holds up. I think.
He's about to get bouted. How's the score going? I get bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
Bits and pieces of it.
Beats and pieces.
There's nothing wrong with this score, but it can't touch the first one. I mean,
No.
the first one's so right on.
Oh yeah.
I'm just glad that we got a score this time. I mean, Sleepaway Camp 2 just kind of
Yeah. Thanks that guy for not doing nothing.
fell short. And then when he did, it was like the same.
It was like the same score.
Thanks for those
repeated
2
over and
songs
over.
you submitted.
Yeah. I believe John Harrison, like, he didn't do much, but the stuff that he did was always like really catchy. And he actually did the Day of the Dead score too.
Did he? Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. And see, now I'm curious, like, when does Rick Wakeman's music come in, and when does John Harrison's music come in? You know, because I guess prior to watching it tonight, I didn't know that Rick Wakeman did music on this, but I know his shit from The Burning, and like that's one of the. I'm sure you'd agree with me. That's probably one of the best scores.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As far as like
They done,
synth-driven stuff.
They done fucked up.
Yeah, that image used to creep me out as a kid.
Yeah, that's no joke.
Man, this guy.
They all heard it and they're like, "What?"
And aren't they all watching like the Cisco Kid or some shit?
Man, I don't remember.
Of course, they always have to kill the fat guy first.
Was that picture in the fridge?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. It's like, okay, so next
Why?
to... Yeah. It's like next to his open chicken nuggets is like a black and white nude.
Yeah, it's almost like he didn't know it was there too. Like, whenever he opened up the fridge, he was like, "Huh, all right."
How about that?
That's why it took him so long. He knew what he wanted.
Yeah. Oh shit!
A grenade belt buckle.
He's got one of those.
Yeah, I see it. Man.
Holy shit! Yeah, he does.
Oh,
Oh shit! He's already dead. Fuck.
Oh, fuck. What was the deal with showing tits while every arrow? Like,
I guess it's that whole like dichotomy of sex and violence that they're going for. I have no idea of it. And then
that's interesting.
yeah. I always like how quick this one moved too, man. Like I think Kavanaugh dies right here. I think it goes from one death right to the next. I mean, it's
What's the slow burn that first half, all the character development,
that's true.
and now it's like,
payback.
okay, now we can move it along.
Yeah, ramp it up a little bit.
Man, I miss those TVs.
I don't.
Do you miss that jam box?
Yeah, I do.
Do you miss Pac-Man and hula hoops?
Pac-Man, yes.
I miss a popple. I guess he's leaving.
Well, he's gonna try to leave,
Yeah.
and he does have a boombox. Yeah.
Oh man, brings back.
I always thought this guy was a good character actor too.
That's what I was wondering. You know,
Don Harvey. I always remember his name, but I can't ever remember for the life of me what else he's been in besides Die Hard 2. That's always the first thing that comes to mind. But I know he's been in a shitload of other stuff.
dude, Woodenhead screwed his car
Oh my
up.
god! Damn.
In your face, rich boy.
Yeah, yeah. I always thought that was pretty stylish too. How they did the
Yeah.
shadow. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the kind of shit they don't do in movies anymore, where everything is kind of off screen and
Yeah.
sort of insinuated.
So now we're on to the next one.
Next.
Yeah, yeah. And there he goes. Yeah, they're all connected by the Cisco
Look at
Kid.
that, man.
Yeah.
He just smiled. Was he smiling at himself? I mean, he's just like, and he just throws his hair back, you know?
Oh yeah. This dude is always fascinated with himself.
Oh, snap. Ooh,
Okay,
that sounded cool.
Don Harvey was in Casualties of War, the Michael J. Fox war movie. Oh shit.
No, I was about to say, man, what would you do if you, like, turned around and there was a wooden Indian in your house?
Honestly, I don't know why he's so afraid of him. Like, I mean, it seems like Chief Woodenhead would be pretty easy to take out. As slow as he's moving, I mean...
Yeah, but he did just punch through a wall.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll give you that. And that right there, man, that's a shocking image. And once again, they didn't show shit. But I remember when I was a kid, I visualized that. Like, I could picture that dude getting scalped.
Yeah.
You know, just left it all up to the imagination. Justice has been served. Okay, apparently the guy that played Kavanaugh, he's still doing stuff. A lot of these actors, I guess, they've still been busy. Hell, he was in Taken 3.
Oh.
Done a lot of TV, it looks like.
He's got a little surprise for the chief.
Man, this was always a cool ending right here.
Man, I miss, I guess, storytelling like this.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they'd bring back like Creepshow or like.
And all these originated from the EC horror comics, and that's what they don't really do anymore. They were always these moralistic tales, like pretty much talking about like if you cheated on somebody or if you screwed somebody out of money. I mean, you were always going to get, your
just
ass.
desserts.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You were going to get your ass handed to you by a blob, or
Oh, there it
you were
goes.
going to have green shit growing off of you, or meteor shit. Or Chief Woodenhead was going to chop your fucking hair off.
Do you know who did the artwork?
No, but it's pretty good, man. I'm a fan of just kind of sloppy cartoon, just animation like this. It's kind of crappy,
The
Sort of like
intros, the intros are really, really good though.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they spent the most time on the intros.
Yeah. That's the attention getter,
Yeah, and I think they have outros too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is when Billy's talking about the Venus flytrap. I always love this little subplot here. I guess it's considered the wraparound story, but
Did Billy grow up to be Waldo?
The creep.
yeah, the creep. I like how he had a bigger role in this one too. Like, he actually talks in this one. In the first one, he doesn't say shit. He just kind of pops in the window, and that was it. Kind of does a little laugh. And
Do you think you would be creepy if you had what looks like 2 testicles for a chin?
Everyone else would think you're creepy.
I mean,
it does. It looks like a huge ball sack.
I mean, he has testicles with like a wart on the side of it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, here we go with the raft. And this right here is, I mean, I'll never forget this story right here. It was just like, it's the best part of the movie. But I think one thing I enjoyed about it when I was young is just like I wanted to be these motherfuckers. And actually, that's Paige Hannah right there. That's Daryl Hannah's sister, the redhead chick in the back.
Is that the one you wanted to be? With?
I wanted to be with her. Yeah. I wanted to be her, man. I always kind of felt like her character, though, because she's like the one who didn't want to indulge in all the drugs and shit, and I kind of felt like that when I was younger. I didn't do drugs until I got older, but around the time, like, when I was in high school, I never wanted to have any fun. And these kids, they just look like they're having fun. Like, see how she turns down the joint? And I hate to just give away a spoiler, but, she's the first to die.
What?
and
Hate to give it away, but here it is.
But see, they're kind of going against the stereotype there. It's like they're making you think that she is going to be the story's protagonist because she turns down the joint. But then she's the first to fucking go. I always just thought that was like, I mean, it defied my expectations. Even when I was little and I saw that, I was like, man, I thought she was going to be the main character.
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought the same thing. Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit different story when you don't have any audio. But
yeah. Hey, but this is the way that movies are meant to be seen. I mean,
silent.
Yeah, exactly. Just images, man.
Mm-hmm.
But
I like these characters because they don't even seem like they would really be friends in real life.
right.
Like they're so different from each other, but they're all very cool with one another.
Oh yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
actually refreshing. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm not the cool kid, but maybe the cool people would hang out with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the?
Well, see, I think Randy wants to be Deke, and I think Deke fucking hangs out with Randy because he kisses his ass.
What was the? What was the?
This could be true.
What was that Horlicks University on her shirt?
I think so. I think you're right. And see, I always thought that chick was so hot, man. I mean, both of them are great, but
I wouldn't be caught dead in his swimsuit.
oh yeah, he's got the nut huggers on.
No, you know why it's yellow? Because it's a foul on the play.
Banana hammock.
Oh man. But yeah, you're right, Rocky. Like, yeah, these people would not be hanging out, man. Not normally, unless
Well, especially not in a movie.
right
In a movie, you don't really put those people together.
No, not normally.
But I'm glad they did.
Mm-hmm.
That's cold.
Yeah. I wonder if that water was really cold or if they just had to act like it was. That dude kind of looks like Kevin Costner, doesn't he?
What?
In Waterworld.
Yeah. Man.
I don't know. I think it's cold.
Yeah.
That does look cold.
It could have been, yeah. So, Chad, out of these chicks, which one's your favorite? Do you like Laverne, the Horlicks girl? Or do you like Paige Hannah, Daryl Hannah's sister? Right there, the one that just jumped in the water.
Can I take them both?
No. You did that last time. Remember?
I was going to keep a recurring theme of taking them both.
You can't just have them all, man. You pick one. If you had to choose. I mean, do you go for the brainy chick?
I go for the
Or Horlicks.
Horlicks.
Okay.
Dark hair.
Okay, so it's her looks basically.
Dark hair, red shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Rocky, what about you? You have a preference as far as like what kind of girl you would be with? Like, would you be the Deke or the Randy?
Man.
So, are you?
I would.
Will you
I'd be the guy that lives.
Would you be the Dick or Randy?
Yeah. Maybe that's why they named him Deke because yeah, he's such a dick.
Oh, so is this like a sludge that comes out of the water or something?
Yeah,
that takes over the raft.
It's an oil slick. Yeah.
Okay,
And yeah. I just remember when I was a little kid, I used to call this one the Blob.
Yes, that's what it was. That's what comes to my mind.
I always called it the Blob. I never called it the raft. But yeah, it's basically an oil slick, and this is more of that ecological disaster shit that they kind of warn people against, like sort of the nature runs amok theme that was so prevalent in movies like this.
Oh, is this it? Is she gonna bite? I bet if she smoked the joint, she would have lived.
Yeah, I think if she'd have gotten high.
It's the medical attributes of it.
Well, she's not thinking straight, man. I'm with you on that. I think you're onto something there.
These two dudes want the same haircut.
I think they want each other.
Yeah, I could see it. Oh no, swam.
Come on, Laverne. It looks like she's not going anywhere. Like she's just swimming in one spot. Like, move your ass. I mean, that scene was suspenseful even now. Like, I'm watching it, I'm like, damn, will you just hurry up and get on the raft?
Now they're cold in the middle of the water.
Yeah.
That sounds like some Rick Wakeman music going on right now.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah. You would know. You would totally know. And that's, you're right, because it's, describe it. I guess I don't know how to see that. Yeah, I was having trouble putting it in words, but it's got that really warped synth sound to it.
Yeah,
it's like a
very synthy,
distorted almost, right?
Yeah, it's got a warp. It's called like an oscillator on a synthesizer.
Okay.
And he's the guy.
Almost like a wah, pedal.
Yeah, there you go.
In the Burning, weren't they out on like a raft or a
at one point
little thing like that?
They were, yeah.
So is she taking off her shirt to give it to him so he gets warm?
No, so he can hold it.
Man. Jeez.
See, I'm going to have to go with Paige Hanna. She's hot. And she was actually in the movie Shag. Do y'all remember Shag? The movie with
remember that one.
Bridget Fonda, Phoebe Cates. It was a dance movie.
I definitely hadn't seen that one.
It wasn't a horror film, but Paige Hanna was in it, and I remember not recognizing her in this.
Oh, that's why she dies first.
She's dead now.
That's why.
Did she
She
smoke?
smoked it.
She
smoked
smoked
She
a
messed
joint?
what? Messed what?
Messed
She
what?
messed up. It was all good till just now.
She did. I wonder why she just now
Well,
started smoking the weed.
I mean, you have like this blob that's surrounding you. You're like,
I guess
fuck it.
she's like,
If this is the end, give me that.
yeah. Fuck it. If I'm dying high.
If I remember correctly, that's made out of like trash bags,
Really?
I mean,
Yeah.
I can see
shit.
it. Yeah.
Like tied together.
like burnt. They like burn it and stuff.
I could see that.
I didn't know that. Damn.
Yeah.
Rachel, get
Oh,
the
boy.
fuck out of there.
Oh, she
This-
gets it bad.
Yeah, this is brutal. Man. Man, yeah. See, and I think they were
She thought
trying
that junk
to...
was funny.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She did.
I think they were trying to make a statement with this, like pretty much saying that anything goes.
Now they gonna throw in, who is that, Bill or Ted?
Man, that's a cool image right there.
You know, I'd say that other guy looks kind of like Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse right now.
Yeah, Dalton.
Yeah, Dalton.
You're damn right. He's got the same body going on there.
I think it's the chin.
Yeah, he's got that
And the wet hair.
squared off jawline.
Oh, he pukes? Oh, okay. Never mind. That is the puss of the group.
Wouldn't you? You just saw your girlfriend get eaten by a bunch of trash bags, man.
I guess that's taking out the trash.
Yes.
No pun intended.
I tell you what, if you see this and you're ever at the lake and you see something in there, you will always think of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Every
Always.
single time.
Mhm. It's like when you go in the ocean, you think of Jaws. I can't swim. I can't swim in the fucking ocean to this day because of Jaws. And yeah, I did kind of. I was a little more wary of lakes when I saw this, and shit like piranha, and I don't know. I think I'm just afraid of water in general. And movies like this definitely didn't help.
Yeah, stuff like this will mess you up.
Yeah. I'm about to smoke
Go
you,
away.
Laverne.
Well, before it killed their friend that they're not really that upset about, they were making out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, man,
Are you talking about Deke and Laverne?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
they were all making out.
Yeah. That's what Deke does, man.
Look at that mane. He should have played He-Man.
Yeah.
Screw, what's his name? Who was it? Kindergarten Cop 2.
Yeah. You talking about Dolph Lundgren?
Lundgren?
Yeah.
Now he would play Adam, and then he turns into Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah. Watch this. I'm fast and I can make it. Yeah. Oh.
Ooh, there goes some.
Nope. Oh, shit.
Oh.
And do you think this was one of those reverse shots?
Yeah.
Where they pulled the shit off of him and just reversed it in post?
Yep.
Because you can do everything in post.
Which is hard to do with. It's hard to do with anything slimy because if
Yeah.
there's a drip, your shot's
screwed.
messed up.
Yeah, yeah. Technically, it seems like it'd be quite a feat.
Yeah.
I always thought this was cool as shit, man. When he's getting pulled down into the raft and like his senior ring, like is wedged in the cracks.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was some stylish shit.
I would have been gone. Like, I'm sorry. Hey, Richard, you're getting sucked in by a blob. That's time for me to get off of this raft.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude just hit his.
Oh
his
damn,
own
that
face
right
with
there.
his
Ooh,
foot.
that fucked me up, bro. I still can't watch that.
That's a pretty neat trick.
Yeah. And you said this was K&B that didn't.
Howard Berger.
Okay, it was just Burger, so it wasn't like
It was
Greg Nicotero.
It in the credit it credited Howard Berger and somebody else that I haven't heard of.
So it was just B without the K and N.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I guess was Kurtzman and Nicotero, wasn't it? Yeah. Kurtzman, Nicotero, and Burger.
Yeah.
Man, that girl is hanging on to him.
Yeah. She's got nowhere to go, man. See, I always thought it was cool how she started cozying up to him, too. You know, because this was like...
Since he's all that's left.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
No, I really like you now.
Yeah. Yep. He's the one with the brains.
Man.
Yeah, this one's pretty intense. I mean, I don't know. I miss stories like this, like you said, just the old style, just EC horror comic, just the way that they told the stories. And I guess in this one, it seems like it's less of a moralistic tale. I mean, because they're really not doing anything that bad, other than just being kids. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess they get high, but
Oh wait, it is getting dark in this one.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember it getting dark.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because remember when she wakes
they
up?
wake up. Yeah.
Oh, so these two live then.
Oh, you'll see.
Yeah. I'm not going to give you any more spoilers. I shouldn't have given you that one earlier, but
Well, I've seen it. I just don't remember it.
yeah. Okay, you have seen this before.
Oh, yeah.
I will say that, like, and I'm not sure because I haven't looked up any like factoids or trivia on it, but like the part, like when she wakes up and he's like filling up on her, I think Eli Roth kind of was influenced by that, like in Cabin Fever. You know what scene I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah, definitely, yeah.
The scene in Cabin Fever where he's fingering Jordan Ladd, you know, and he's really fingering her, the hole in her leg. Like I think that.
Oh, why'd you have to bring that up?
Well, and like I remember Angelo Badalamenti did the composer who worked with David Lynch. He did the music for that little segment in Cabin Fever. And it's really like reminiscent of the music that plays here, and it's probably Rick Wakeman that does this music too. But it plays like this really sweet music, like, and it kind of like draws you into it gives you that false sense of security, like, oh hey, everything's okay, he's about to get laid, you know, and then you know something bad happens. I'm not gonna
Wait, this dude's about to get laid by a girl that wasn't his girl at the beginning, but a little death changes everything.
Well, he gets close.
Okay.
He gets close, but the music's really cathartic in that moment. Like, I love that music that's playing because it's one of those little musical cues, or one of those scores that just changes on you, like, immediately.
I bet they're cold now. Look at that wind.
Yeah.
That's definitely a straight up shot during the day and just
Yeah.
darkened out.
Day for night. Yeah. Probably shot this during the magic hour and just darken that shit. And apparently that's how they used to do like a lot of the old westerns.
Really?
Like Shane and old, just, you know, The Searchers.
That makes sense because you wouldn't be able to see any of that in actual nighttime. I mean, unless you lit everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, yeah. So here's the part. And just, I mean, this music is just, it's great. Yeah. Getting excited over there, Chad? This was a really good moment for me. Like when I was a kid watching this, because I was like, yeah, man, the nerd's getting the girl. You know? I don't know. It's
I think I know it's
like every dude's fantasy.
This dude's
To take advantage of a girl while they're sleeping. Oh, man.
and then feed her to the blob.
Yeah. I always thought this was the ultimate payoff right here, man. Because here he is, just being a horny dude, and
Golly.
I believe this is our first tit in the movie. Did the first creep? I don't think.
Besides the
pictures,
the picture in
the black
refrigerator.
That's right. And see right here, like you think that she's moaning like moans of pleasure, you know, and then but she's getting fucking stuck. Poor Randy just doesn't even know it, man. He's thinking with the little head right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, did Creepshow 1, the first Creepshow, I don't think it had any boobs in it, did it?
I don't remember any.
It was,
No.
yeah.
I don't remember any.
No nudity in that one, I don't think.
What's the year difference in these?
The first one was made in 82, and, oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not there.
That's gross.
He just went soft.
Oh, get out of there now. Oh.
This one was made in 87 though, Chad. 5-year difference.
Go, dude.
Yep. Just don't think about it.
I guess it was his car polluting. Like,
you know, I think that may have something to do with it because really it kept cutting back to the car and they left it on like the whole time.
I think they're showing that to. It's like you're waiting for the battery to run down.
Yeah.
It's like, surely, I mean, they're going to get to the car.
Yeah.
And it's not even going to start because the battery's run down because they left the stereo on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think it's even running like all the way to the end of the story, too.
you think they pulled that? Or you think somebody was under it?
I'm sure. I don't know. It's interesting, though. And I think it's cool how like it got bigger, too.
Yeah.
Like it kept growing every time it ate somebody.
Yeah, they're something pulling underneath it from the front.
And this right here was just like the best ending. But it pissed me off because I'm like, dude, will you just get to the car? No, you didn't beat shit. Oh, man, tragic ending.
Man.
That battery's still going a day later.
Oh, yeah.
Is that even possible?
That was back then. Everything
Like,
was built
both
way better.
doors open, stereo.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And I think the oil slick, didn't it burp or something? I may have missed it, but it seems like it burps or something. It does something real corny at the end of it.
It'd been great if it farted and you just saw a bubble. I mean, teenage kids, I bet they're indigestion on oil.
I love this right here, though. This when it shows this. No swimming, yeah. It's been covered up. It's a place that's been forgotten about.
Well, swimmers, that was slick.
Oh, shit. This was a cool part.
Man, this takes me back to, like, my childhood.
Mm-hmm. Were you ever picked on like Billy is?
No, I'm just talking about the animation.
I love that little rotating shot there.
Poor Billy.
He is pissed.
Is that Rick Moranis as a kid?
There's some Rick Wakeman music going on right now.
Yeah.
And what is that? That was what was in the kid's little box?
His Venus flytrap.
Oh, yeah,
What he
yeah,
got
yeah.
from the
Okay,
back of the
okay.
magazine.
Yeah. Catch him. I want his ass.
Now, is there...
Look how fast those bikes are going.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
Man, I wish that Creepshow 3 had been something like this, you know? Just like if it had that same feel. Yeah, Creepshow 3 was such a piece of shit.
That was seriously worthless. There's no reason for that movie to be made.
No.
Whoever made that movie, I hate you.
We curse you. So, yeah, this is The Hitchhiker. Oh, there's more boobage.
Whoa. I'm into old women, but not like that.
Yeah, dude, she's got a nice pair.
No, give me Jamie Lee Curtis, freaking Roseanne Barr, but not that.
Dude, she's pretty hot, man.
That dude just said Roseanne Barr.
Yeah.
That's something else.
Oh, yeah, you should hear. Okay, like this has nothing to do with Creepshow 2, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about it because it's funny as hell. Like, okay, so who would you rather bang? Roseanne.
I'm not playing this game. No. You two.
Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and tell you that me and him talk about this all the time, and he told me that he would rather bang Roseanne over Carrie Fisher. Princess Leia, dude.
Wow.
No, not at the beginning of their careers, but like,
But that's even worse.
Before before the new Star Wars.
Oh, dude, Carrie Fisher. I don't care what age she is. She's way hotter than Roseanne.
Man, Tom Arnold doesn't know what he's missing out on now.
Oh man,
Wow.
I'm just surprised you don't think this chick's hot.
So can we watch The Burbs then?
I mean, look at her though, Chad. You wouldn't.
Well, now that she's clothed, I might take her to dinner.
Like she looks hotter with her clothes on, man. Oh, did you see that Stephen King It book back there? I never noticed that before.
I noticed how suave he was when he leaned forward. It magically.
Is it Roseanne and is that Freddy's Dead that she's
Yeah,
in?
yeah,
Gosh.
yeah. Tom Arnold too, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Chad's woman.
I like her gray. She turned out pretty good. At, what, 70?
Pretty good.
pretty good.
But I still prefer Jamie Lee with Activia. or is whatever it is.
Yeah, you are a Jamie Lee Curtis fan. Jamie Lee Curtis she's still hot though. She still got it.
Needs to do more movies.
But this chick right here, I mean, she's pretty hot, Chad. I mean, the way she's putting them gloves on.
What Stephen King book is that?
It's like the original hardback, man.
That's what that dude's thinking when that girl got out of bed. Shit.
And see, this has the whole.
That's like a manhole, right? Didn't you pay him? Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess that's
Makes
why.
a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all coming together now.
yeah. She cheats on her husband, and now she's got to pay. This has the whole adulterous theme. Actually, Creepshow, the first Creepshow dealt with like adultery quite a bit too. Seemed like, didn't it?
Wasn't that with Nielsen?
Yeah, Leslie
Oh, yeah,
Nielsen,
yeah.
Ted
Yeah.
Danson.
That one was really crazy. I wish Nielsen played more like that.
Oh, Leslie Nielsen. Well, he was actually, before he did like The Naked Gun, and before he was the king of spoof, Leslie Nielsen was actually in a lot of serious movies. Like,
Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah, he was taken seriously as like a straight laced.
He's a scary bad guy. Mm-hmm. It's like you watch that and it's like you don't see him being funny and nothing.
No, he plays it straight the whole time. There's no tongue in cheek shit with Leslie Nielsen in that at all. And he makes like a few quips and like little funny one liners here and there, but like you're still like creeped out by him. Like,
it's like sinister. Him being trying to be funny in that is still like sinister.
Yeah,
because he wants to kill you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He'll bury your ass in sand.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
You
Like,
gotta hold your breath, Harry.
Yeah, I don't want to be like where I can't move and then watch the water come in.
That was like my biggest fear about like watching that. Something that tied you over was the fact that like they were incapacitated. Like that whole scene when Ted Danson's like buried and shit, and he can't move at all. Like I remember that, and like you see the waves crashing in, dude, and you're sitting there like you're out of breath with him.
Yeah. Well, especially when the tide comes in and it's actually over their head. And you see them underwater. It's like, it's like you hurry up so I can breathe too.
Yeah, you feel it. You totally feel it.
Who was she talking to? Herself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
She spends the whole this whole time like in this story just talking to herself, and I guess that's one thing I didn't like about this one. I mean, but I guess that there's no other way to tell the story. I mean, but I just always thought it was
she's in a hurry trying to get home. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean that. It's kind of the whole deal.
Yeah.
She's in such a hurry.
Oh my god. And this one starts out quicker than what I thought.
I feel like I know what you did last summer. I got their whole like beginnings now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he is kind of wearing the slicker.
Yeah, he had like a bag.
Yeah.
Ran him over in the wet.
Dover.
First name Bend.
Bend?
Bend Dover.
Oh no. And I think Stephen King shows up here, or well.
Yeah, I was about to say I haven't seen him.
Yeah, she drives off, and Stephen King pulls up. I think he's the truck driver.
Whoa!
Shit.
Watch out!
Jeez.
Yeah. What would you do in that situation? Do you think you'd keep going?
No, I'd probably freak out.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to move because there's no cell phones back then.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to get somebody.
Yeah.
It's on a curve. You just don't want to stay in the middle of the road on a curve. So you just need to move along.
You just got to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look what happened to this guy in the curve. I'm gonna just.
And there's the man, Stephen King.
Yes.
It almost seems like he's playing the same character with the first one. He's playing Jordy Verrill again.
Oh wait, look, there is a cell phone. Did you see that?
Whoa! Holy shit! That was one of the big car phones, man.
Big one. I don't. The cord.
It like came with the bag, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think my dad had a bag phone.
Yeah.
I wonder if that other guy was anybody.
None of these faces seem real familiar to me, but except for King.
The Hitchhiker was in a bunch of stuff, wasn't he?
I think so. I actually think he was in.
His face looks familiar.
Yeah. He was in. Shit, he might have been in Tales from the Hood.
What?
Something like that. I'm going to have to look this guy up.
Tales from the Hood.
Yeah.
That's actually good.
It is.
This girl seems really mean.
She is. She's evil, man.
No, I say that after she's done running somebody over and like left.
I think right now is she's like making herself feel better that she hit somebody. She's like,
She's trying to justify
yeah,
it.
it's like shouldn't have been there or whatever. I don't have any audio. I'm just making it up.
Okay. Well, hey, I don't have any audio either. I was like, hey, yeah.
It looks right. I mean, you look at the picture and it kind of goes together.
Yeah. Let's see. So
She probably does the same thing every time she pays her man whore.
Yeah. Hits somebody and she has to figure out how to get around that.
I guess I never realized that was a man whore until just now. Like,
Really?
the fact that she was paying the dude, like I thought it was just like just some dude like that she was cheating on her husband with. But let's see. So okay, so it's Tom Wright who's the hitchhiker. He was in he was in Marked for Death, the Steven Seagal movie, and surely he was in Tales from the Hood. I thought he might have been, but I may be wrong.
You got me all excited for Tales from the Hood.
Yeah. Oh, that's one that we need to watch.
I think I saw that in the theater.
He is in Tales from the Hood. He played a guy named Martin Morehouse in Tales from the Hood. He was in Gridlocked with Tupac. And Weekend at Bernie's 2. Yeah, he's been in some shit. He was in I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Oh, yeah, this right here.
Hitchhiker is back.
This right here used to scare the dick out of me when I was a kid.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
Yeah. That music there. Now, you think that's probably John Harrison music, wouldn't you say?
I can barely hear it out.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, dude, no. I don't think, man. I think I would just...
Whoa. Thanks for the ride, lady. You know, I wonder if there's like a T-shirt with this dude's face on it that says "Thanks for the ride."
I have it. It's Fright Rags.
You have one?
Yeah.
And it's got the hitchhiker on it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
wow.
dude.
He's got the Dover sign on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I want that.
It's old school, man.
Okay. It's one of the older ones?
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Yeah. Yeah, this dude never stops, man. That's one thing about this one that I liked. But you know, I mean, she deserves it. Like, this bitch deserves it. Like, I remember when I was a kid, like,
Yeah.
I actually like felt sorry for her.
Really?
No.
I did.
She's such a mean person.
Yeah, but you know, I just always kind of felt for her. But now I'm just like, yeah, get that bitch.
Dog will hunt.
Yeah, yeah. Dog will hunt.
Nah, I bet it's fun filming this. Actually, it's probably pretty stressful.
Yeah, yeah. This was probably like a $3 million day. I don't know though, man. They did shit for cheap back in the day, though.
I can only imagine. Oh, we're gonna put this dude on this car and hang him by the sunroof.
Yeah.
Run him through the woods.
One thing I liked about this guy is that he couldn't die because he was already dead.
He ain't no quitter.
No. Can you imagine if you had like a feature length film that was just this the whole time? You imagine how terrifying that'd be. Like if this wasn't part of an anthology. I mean, at some point it may fizzle out a little
Yeah.
bit.
It's like he's getting a ride, but he ain't really going anywhere.
Yeah. But you know, I just love the fast paced style of the way this story's told, man.
Yeah.
Like he never stops, and it reminds me of, you know, a lot like Michael Myers or like Yul Brynner from Westworld, or you know, just those villains that just keep coming.
Terminator 2.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Whoops.
Whoa.
And by the way, that was some Wakeman music right there.
That one was
That was definitely some Wakeman.
just
There's guitars and drums and everything.
nice. So what was just playing was Wakeman.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Wakeman for sure.
Awesome. It's not over yet.
Is he gonna be inside?
I mean, sure. I think he attacks her like 3 more times. I mean, it just doesn't stop.
It's because she hasn't taken the gloves off yet.
When was the first time you saw this, though, Chad? This
I
movie?
don't know. I don't remember this segment, but the second segment and the first one, I definitely remember.
Yeah.
Or images. I had to hide this stuff just like my Dr. Dre album.
You know, I wonder why. Like, okay, you know, normally how like sequels go all out. Why didn't they have 5 stories or even 6 in this one just to top the first one? Like, there's only three segments in this one. I mean, why do you think they kind of downgraded?
Is there a big difference?
Probably
in
they
the
went too
runtime?
long. Like the stories were longer.
So I was wondering,
Yeah.
But
what's
the
the
segments were longer. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. It seems like you'd want to go all out in the sequel. Like, oh yeah, well the first one did 5, we're gonna do 6 tales in this one. You know, I mean, hell, I think a lot of anthologies now, like Tales of Halloween, doesn't it have a shitload? And
There's quite a few of them, it seems like.
and then you got like
That's new. isn't it?
ABC's of Death, which has like 26 short stories, and then
That could have been dumbed down to 3.
yeah, yeah, I agree.
I haven't seen
I
it.
agree. What ABC's of Death?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all right.
Boo.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good idea, though. I'll give him
man.
that.
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
I remember being really excited about that when that first came out. Like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. But I watched it and I was like, eh.
You think that was pretty
eh.
hard to think of ideas for each letter?
Well,
It shouldn't be, but it seemed like it was for them.
yeah. Oh shit.
And this dude's not done for yet.
And let's see, how many stories did Trick or Treat have? 5 or 4? I don't know.
That's a tough one because it's.
They were all kind of
it's
linked
4 or
together.
5.
Yeah, there's no real like.
It's almost
That's
the
the end
same.
of that one. This is the beginning of that one.
Yeah.
Because it goes in like in time. It moves.
Yeah,
in
it's
time.
like an
Yeah,
or. Yeah,
it was like
you
a,
see
a,
part
a
of one,
Tarantino
Yeah.
anthology.
and then you
Yeah.
find you find out what's happening inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, Sam, I want a movie just with Sam.
Oh yes, yeah.
Like, just give me Sam.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to dress up one of my kids as Sam for Halloween.
Yeah.
I also tried Chucky once too, but it didn't work.
Oh yeah.
No, I think he had
Oh
to be in.
shit. That right there, that is a gnarly image.
It's like a bad case of gonorrhea.
Is that what it looks like?
Oh, you killed me. Oh shit. She's done for. I mean, there's no turning back at this point. I mean, what do you do? There's nothing you can do.
This is it. This is exactly what you do in this situation.
Yeah, you just have to kill yourself, basically.
Here's. This is it. This is the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yep. It's like her own personal hell, you know,
Yeah.
like sort of like her purgatory. It's crazy. Boom.
Oh.
See, she's sexy, Chad. I don't care what you say, man.
Is she familiar with anything else, or?
She's been in some stuff.
I think I said that whole thing fucking backwards, but it's okay.
It's all good. Let's see.
She looks familiar.
Yeah, it's Lois Chiles. I think is how you pronounce her name.
Lois Chiles.
Or
That's how we-
Chiles. Lois Chiles. I'm not sure. But I know that
Oh God!
I think,
It's like tenderizing him pretty well.
she was in a Bond movie. She was in let's see, let me look her up real quick. She was one of the Bond chicks, I thought. Okay, she was in Moonraker. And Let's see. It looks like
That car's seen better days.
Yeah. Looks like she was in the movie Coma with Michael Douglas. She was in Moonraker. She hasn't done much. I mean, I guess she was on Dallas.
That may be where I've seen her.
Yeah, okay.
Notice I sound very disgruntled when I said that.
That's where I saw her.
Yeah. You were forced to watch Dallas as a kid, weren't you?
Yeah, I went to sleep on it.
Yeah.
I went to sleep on it during the week and then went to sleep on the weekend stuff all night.
Yeah. That and Knots Landing.
I'm Gilbert Godfrey and this is Up All Night. Hi, I'm Rhonda Shear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. That is one of my favorite pastimes as a kid. Rhonda Shear watching Up All Night and Joe Bob Briggs, man.
Yeah, I wished I could have watched Joe Bob Briggs. He was seems like he would have been my kind of guy.
Yeah, he was into the same stuff I was into, man. That's what I dug about him is, he never made you, Joe Bob Briggs never made you feel ashamed for liking tits and blood.
Yeah.
I had to look it up and see about
The music.
Greg Nicotero.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, was that Day of the Dead his first movie? It says on Wikipedia at least, and it's got to be true.
Yeah.
It says Day of the Dead was his first major film. So
Okay, yeah. That's what I figured. I figured like Romero and Savini kind of
definitely
helped get them their start.
What was it like meeting Romero?
Oh, yeah, George Romero, great dude, man. I just, met him at Texas Frightmare, and like that dude was just he was a man of few words, but like everything he said had substance, But I asked him if he, if he had like any more zombie films coming up, and he was like, he seemed kind of dejected because of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And like I'm not a Walking Dead fan. Like I'm just not. I'll just go ahead and say it right now. I fucking hate it. Like
I like it. I watch it. Oh.
Yeah, I mean it has like some gore stuff for horror fans, but like I tuned out after Frank Darabont left, and like, but like I do kind of share like the same attitude that George Romero has about zombies. How like they're basically, I mean they're paying homage to him, but they're kind of riding on his coattails. And I'm biased though, because I love Romero's films, and I feel like so many people trashed like his later stuff. Like, I'm not gonna say that because you can't compare like Survival of the Dead or Diary of the Dead or even Land of the Dead. You can't compare those to like his original trilogy, like Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead. I mean, but
I really liked Land of the Dead.
I did too.
Wait,
like,
which one is that? Is that the guy that walks underwater?
Yeah. No, it's great.
And carries a gun?
It's great though, man. Like
I would rather have a running zombie.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was, but see,
That's where Bubba was going, though.
exactly.
Well, I
That's-
guess, yeah.
It was
yeah.
going to that.
It was going to that, and it's like Romero always found a way to evolve his zombies somehow.
Yeah.
And I mean, I enjoyed Survival of the Dead. I thought it was crazy. I mean, zombies on horses. It was a little, it was hokier, but it was like every time he did a new zombie film, he took it to the next level.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, if you-
and he made it relevant to whatever era he was in.
Well, wouldn't a zombie eventually, like, if you don't get rid of them, wouldn't they have to evolve maybe into the next, like, people to have it? I mean,
Yeah.
riding horses, learning to,
Yeah. I mean,
walk across it.
oh, he's probably just tired of
Oh my
doing it. Oh,
God.
shit.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a Mon Calamari from, or whatever it is from,
Yeah.
or
You know,
from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Whatever that race is with the big eyes.
He almost kind of looks like Toxie.
Norman, or whatever his name was.
Yeah. Are you talking about
Toxie.
Toxie?
Before he was.
his human version?
Yeah.
Melvin.
Melvin. That's it.
Mark Torgel. I'm friends with him on Facebook. Yes. But yeah, see, I feel like even though this movie was directed by Michael Gornick, who normally was like a cinematographer for George Romero, like it's crazy because this movie still has a George Romero feel to it. And it's probably just because he wrote the screenplay, but But like that whole hitchhiker segment, like it's a lot like his zombie films.
He was a cinematographer for George.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe he's learned from him. So
yeah.
I mean,
he learned a lot of his techniques probably. Oh shit, that's wicked.
I was about to say, never pick up Hitchhiker. Can I say the word even? Like, Hitchhiker. Yeah. I'll get it out someday.
Oh man, I always love the Creeps one-liners too. Oh fuck. Dude, think if this wasn't animated. If they'd have did this like a live action segment, that'd have taken this movie to a whole new level.
A whole new budget.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would cost the amount they spent on just doing the first half of the movie.
Yeah. I love how this dude pushes the fucking jaws back open like he's somebody. Look at that.
Good try.
Yeah.
Dude's got some killer biceps.
Yeah. You know what's cool, man? This reminds me of the same kind of animation that they did in what was it? Heavy Metal.
I was just thinking of that.
Yeah. Nice.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Great minds think alike.
My son watches Goosebumps all the time.
Yeah.
And this is what this kind of
Goosebumps
reminds me
is
of.
awesome.
Like
Yeah.
an adult Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makeup is awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, totally. Totes my goats. Yeah, so Creepshow 2. So, yeah, I guess we can watch some of these credits here and maybe get an idea of who did, like,
I like the yellow
the
credits.
music.
We're definitely in Wakeman territory on the outro here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's crazy you're able to tell that shit, man.
Well, because the other one is like I was saying, is very minimal. It's very, very keyboard synthesizer and piano. And it's like a mixture of the two or one of the two.
I guess this one's
and
more complex,
a little
right?
more classical side.
Mm-hmm.
And Rick Wakeman can kind of do it all, but he comes from the rock world, like 70s rock.
Right.
So,
Nice.
I mean, right now we're in 70s rock world.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. There we go. Makeup effects technicians Greg Nicotero. Tom Savini, just makeup effects consultant. He didn't want to get his hands dirty on this one.
He's like, no, that's not how you do it, Nick.
He was like, look, I'm the fucking creep.
I'll tell you.
I play the fucking creep. I'm not doing anything else.
What movie was it that Tom Savini directed?
Night of the Living Dead.
And he got screwed
91?
over on.
Was it 91?
90. Yeah.
90?
Yeah. Which I love, man. A lot of people hate on that.
I
but
like it.
very, very faithful remake, too, even though the ending is like completely different. But, you know, if you're going to make a remake, you need to...
Tony Todd was so perfect on that.
Yeah, he was. He was. There goes stunt coordinator Tasso Stavrakis. That was like Tom Savini's assistant on Friday the 13th. Patricia Tallman. She was Patricia Tallman was in Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I started to
remake.
say, isn't she in there?
She was
the short hair girl,
she
right?
was Barbara.
Yeah.
I guess apparently she did some stunt work on this. Special thanks to Tabitha King. Man, this. You know, I miss like the whole George Romero, Stephen King universe, man. Like when those guys collaborated.
That's a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They were really great, and even like the stuff that.
And Tom Savini.
Yeah.
It's like that's the crew there.
Yeah. And it seemed like the stuff that like Romero did with Argento was good too. Like I don't know, those guys just had. It's like they shared the same brain, you know. What is this?
I was just like, why is this here?
Delinquency is the product of pent-up frustrations, stored-up resentments, and bottled-up fears. It is not the product of cartoons and captions, but the comics are a handy, obvious, uncomplicated scapegoat. If the adults who crusade against them would only get as steamed up over such basic causes of delinquency as parental ignorance, indifference, and cruelty, they might discover that comic books are no more a menace than Treasure Island or Jack the Giant Killer. Nice. A good way to end it. Well, I guess we'll start with Chad. Your review of this movie.
That's like 3.5. I mean, I didn't get to really hear it, but
so it's a definite 4 when you can hear it.
Yeah. He's like, I can't add the extra half popcorn kernel.
I mean, I'd still put the first one above it.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say were its strengths and its weaknesses?
I mean,
do you feel like it's kind of like, like if you're comparing it to the first one, I mean, I'll go ahead and give you my review on it. It was like, to me, I go with the 3.5 popcorn kernels because it to me, like, I can't quite give it 4. Like, I feel like it was almost there, but like, it doesn't compare to the first one. It doesn't push the envelope like the first one. If anything, it's just kind of repeating the same style. Like, I didn't feel like there's anything really new that it had to offer, but like, I mean, I don't know. I guess in some ways it was formulaic, but it was still fun. Like, it still had the same vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't quite go 4 on it, But
there's just something, I can't tell what it is. It might be something with the stories. Like, the stories were just so much better.
Yeah.
On the first one.
The first one had a better visual style too, I think.
Like, I really liked with the first one when the bad guy shows up, Sebastian Bach. It changes, It I like the lighting on it, the colors in it, especially on him. The second one.
So you feel like this one had a pretty cool visual style too, then?
At times.
Yeah.
At times. At times. The old man and stuff.
See, I feel like this one's not as cinematic as the first one.
Yeah, I would have to say, like, thinking back, just inside there, because I like the shot of him when he comes up with the shotgun. It looks like they've got that light underneath on him, and then it looks like some kind of red.
There were moments like that where it was like, okay, let's make this as stylish as we can, and even like the shadow of Chief Woodenhead, killing Kavanaugh, and like that was stuff like that was cool. I don't think there was a whole lot of visual stuff going on in the raft. I think from a cinematic standpoint, the first one, just like every story kind of had a cohesive feel as far as like its narrative, like the way they told the stories and the way that they looked.
Yeah,
like they always kind of had that same lighting scheme, and they kept reminding you that we're paying homage to comics here.
Yeah.
I don't feel that in this one. I feel like you were talking about, it's like kind of like Tales from the Crypt, and then like I feel like this was like basically something you'd see on like HBO or but whereas like the original Creepshow to me is just like, it's iconic. I mean, so many memorable images.
I would say that I also put as far as the 3, I like the first one. I like Chief Woodenhead better, just because of the bad guys inside the store. There was something about the images that I preferred. It was probably the little bit of lighting they used on them.
Yeah. It was definitely a good way to open this movie too. I'm kind of with you on that. I mean, as far as like the hitchhiker,
I just didn't like the chick.
Yeah. I know, man. She just wasn't bangable enough for you, was she?
No, you went from the chick on the dock or out the floaty dock to it's like, I get you all up, and now I'm going to show you what the rest of your life is going to look like.
You were like, oh no, saggy tits, no.
No.
Went from perky tits to saggy tits. I'm with you.
I mean, I guess maybe that's. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know though, man. Like the first Creepshow, and even I saw the first Creepshow after this one, but I'll never forget like when I first saw like the original Creepshow. Like I saw it on like Christmas Day, because I think my mom had bought me the VHS for Christmas, and I remember just watching that shit like that morning, and really just being like immersed in the way that they told the story, or the stories, and Like this one to me is fun, but it's just not as iconic or memorable as Romero's first one. Of course, I mean, you're comparing George Romero to. I mean, I don't want to sell this guy short because I feel like this one definitely had a George Romero feel to it, but like there's just something missing, and it's hard to. It's not like easily discernible.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take on it?
I'll give it a 3. If all the stories would have been more like The Raft, maybe it could have gotten a 4.
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
The Raft is that good. It is probably the most memorable out of.
It's the one that stands out.
Yeah,
I agree.
You'll remember that forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I forgot the movie, but I remember the images from The Raft.
Yeah. Oh, The Raft is iconic, man. The Raft would have been cool in the first Creepshow too.
Yeah, it could have. For me, it could have took the place of, freaking Moss Man.
Oh, you didn't like Jordy?
No, I don't mind it, but The Raft is that good. It could have replaced that one, and Creepshow would have been fine.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have missed.
I would have gotten rid of the roach one at the end.
The roach one is the other one. Those are the weak links to me.
Yeah,
like.
They were the two.
I don't mind them at all. There's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah.
Well,
it's just they were not as good as.
Yeah. Well,
they were the weakest stories. I'll give you that.
For Father's Day.
The meteor shit. George, like he's kind of too over the top. Kind of.
It's funny.
Like,
I mean,
it's funny.
It's cool.
It's hokey. And I think that's kind of what.
Maybe you need that before you go to the crate.
Yes, the crate. Yes.
Or the tide.
Yeah.
Something that tied you over. That was dark, man. That one was just straight up macabre. But like. Yeah. But like the crate though, man, the crate could have been its own movie.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I wouldn't mind that. They can do that if they'd like. Go ahead and do a whole movie.
The crate.
Yeah.
Father's Day is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah.
I could do that.
Father's Day
any day.
Yeah, seeing Ed Harris dance with a full head of hair.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah. Man,
you think he looks back at that and was like, man?
I don't think he looks back at that.
I don't think Ted Danson looks back at Creepshow too, and it's kind of a shame. Like, I remember like my dad one time saw Ted Danson at I think it was this restaurant in Little Rock. I think it was Doe's Eat Place. But he saw, Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen there, and like he told me about it, and I was like, shit. I was like, because I remember like if I had the opportunity to meet Ted Danson, the first thing, like it wouldn't be Cheers, it wouldn't be like Becker, or it wouldn't be like 3 Men and a Baby or whatever else he's done. Like it
was there really a ghost?
Yeah.
That would be my question.
Yeah. Well, I probably would bring that up too, but the first thing I would bring up is Harry. You got to hold your breath. Like to me, that's like, dude,
for a long time.
yeah. I mean, that'd be the first thing I talk to Ted Danson about. It's like, dude, Creepshow. And what's sad is he probably wouldn't have shit to say about it.
He'd be like, why are you bringing up old stuff?
Yeah. But
and you'd be like, well, what have you done recently?
Yeah.
What would he say? What is recent for him?
Bored to Death, I think.
Bored to Death.
What is that?
But
CSI.
CSI. I think that's his claim.
Yeah, he took
now.
over Grissom.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Bored to Death was I kind of liked it.
That was a good show.
It was. Who else was in that?
Jason Schwartzman and Zach Galifianakis.
But it didn't. It was like 3 seasons and it was gone.
And it was good too, though, man. But
it was kind of like an old, was it noir mystery kind of
paid
like
homage
Nancy
to the noir
Drew
era.
or not Nancy Drew. What's the other one? What's the dude one?
Fucking Mickey Spillane. And
what are the 2 dudes that solved mysteries back in the day? Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
There we go. I couldn't end the note on Nancy Drew. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to. Like, it's like.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's like one of those statements I should have just cut off in the middle of Nancy.
But dude, I remember the first time I'd watched like the first Creepshow 2. I remember thinking I was shocked that Leslie Nielsen was playing a role like that. We were talking earlier how he was like such an awesome villain.
Yeah.
It's a shame he didn't play more of that shit because I think like once he did Airplane, I think he was
it.
typecasted as the spoof king. You know,
he was too good.
Yeah,
he should have been so good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, don't call me Shirley. Yeah, but
So what happens with 3 then? What's so just because
there's
I don't
not
think I've
one
seen
thing
3.
that I remember of that movie except that is total garbage.
yeah, no,
That's what I remember.
I'm with you on that. Like I can't recall anything.
I think they tried to do the where it goes to comic book look in between some of their stuff, like just to say, wink, wink. Hey, like, we're trying to be a part of the, the other two.
Yeah, the Creepshow
but we
realm.
aren't at all.
It's man, it was just like an insult, and I need to go back and watch it. Just
No, you don't.
It's like me and Richard are like, well, we'll give it a shot. Sure, it'll probably be fun. And Rocky's like, no, let me save you. No,
but it's painful to watch. Yeah, and
it's not even well made.
No, it was a piece of shit. Like it had no production value whatsoever. It was just awful.
That's when I knew anybody could put movies out and get it in Best Buy, because I saw it in Best Buy.
Yeah.
Then I rented it, and I was upset that I even rented it. Mm-hmm. It's like I lost just a couple dollars and was mad.
Yeah. Did it immediately go to like CD Warehouse?
I remember it seemed like I don't think I ever saw it at Best Buy. I think I saw it at like Hastings. I think that was first. I didn't even know Creepshow 3 existed. But.
I saw it at Best Buy, and after I, you know what? I don't even think I watched the whole thing. There's no way I watched that whole thing.
I don't think I finished it either. No.
There's no way.
Well, all right. How do you rank like your anthologies if you had like favorite to least favorite?
I don't know if that's possible for me. There's so many good ones.
And
it changes like right now, I might have a different opinion about something just because we're in Christmas time, and I just feel different about stuff.
'Tis the season.
I mean, it's usually like might as well be Halloween 24/7.
Yeah, I would,
but
I would like to see more Christmas horror anthologies, though.
I've noticed more this year than the last couple of years.
They're starting to play off the Krampus,
the Krampus,
Killer Santa Claus stuff. I mean, they've always kind of like, they've always done that, but I don't know.
Secret Santa, I think that's the one, the poster I just saw of.
Is that a new anthology or
no? It's just some Christmas thing that just came out.
A Christmas horror,
I guess. From the poster, yeah, it's like a Santa Claus dude with a sledgehammer. Secret Santa.
Did you ever see what was it, Santa Sleigh, or what was the one with fucking Bill Goldberg?
Oh, I did not see that, but I saw the poster, and that's why I did not see that.
Yeah,
that was Santa Slayer?
It was actually pretty sick. It was. I mean, I had fun watching it.
Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking
wrestler.
The wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure. That's the same.
Yeah. And the remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night was actually pretty sick.
I'm not sure if I saw that one.
It was just called Silent Night, but it was actually pretty awesome. It delivered the gore, but I think it could have been a complete.
Oh wait, is that the Santa Claus with the mask? Is he in a Santa suit? With the mask?
That's all through the house.
Oh, okay. And I saw that one. I just
spoiler alert: cutting off your dicks.
Yeah.
He like needs a replacement.
Yeah.
It's like
a bag of dicks.
I was wondering, like during it, like he goes and kills. I guess was it a lesbian couple or something? He grabs the vibrator, and I was like,
yeah.
What? And then at the end, it's like the payoff for it is like,
yeah. All through the house was great, man. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Todd Nunez, man. I started following that dude after I saw that movie. I was like, man, All Through the House, and see, it paid homage to the older films.
Yeah,
like, but it's hard to be original now too, even with like anthologies and shit, because every good idea has just been taken. But I would like to see, I wasn't a big fan of holidays.
Yeah, I only made it through 2.
Man,
yeah. Yeah,
it could have been so good.
Yeah, it had a good premise.
There's a couple of really good ones though.
I lost it.
They weren't all bad. I'll give you that.
I lost it after the snake, where
which was really good all the way till the end.
Okay, I'll give it that.
Yeah,
I'll give it that because it all. I mean, it kind of had like a Wicker Man feel to it, or something. Mm-hmm. And then it had the Fonz with like a snake or something giving birth to.
Yeah,
I couldn't make it to Kevin Smith's. I still want to see Kevin Smith's, but
I remember when I watched that. I didn't make it to his either, and I really want to see his segment because Kevin Smith to me, like, I'll watch anything by Kevin Smith. But like, when I watched that one, I was either too high or not high enough.
Oh, so you saw it, you just don't remember it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
On that note.
So yeah, any final thoughts or?
Party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Party.
Well, I guess, yeah.
All right, till the next sequel.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we are signing off. This is Dick. I'm with the Chad and with Rocky. This is Popcorn on the Macabre. And Chad is on the bong right now. Or the water pipe.
That's special effects. That's a soundboard.
Cue the Cypress Hill music. Boom, boom.
That's
Oh, brain fart. Popcorn on the Macabre, and we're leaving you guys.